Warning, the following video is very, very cool. Alright, hey guys, Afterburn here once again with you. And we're on to stage 34 of the Eaglemoss build GTR. And I'm excited because this is going to be a pretty massive well, things are going to come together pretty quickly in this particular stage. Off to the right here I have shafts and the rear transmission axle frame. That will be mounted today. And by the end of it all, I'll have a half rolling chassis, which I'm excited for. For those of you who have not been paying attention, which shouldn't be likely because I only get like 3 or 4 people actually watching this, things kind of went sideways for me during the holidays. I was missing parts were broken, and things just compiled on top of each other. So not only do I have stage 9, which I'm finishing up now, I also have all of stage 10, which I'll be doing in the coming weeks, and then stage 11 should be showing up in the next few days. And today is, I believe, today is January 4th, 2021. If I hadn't said it in any of the previous videos, Happy New Year. And this is going to get epic. So, first things first, we get the fuel tank, which is plastic. And basically they want us to put it in so that these, if I get these in the right spot, they want us to put it in such that these two holes are on those two segments right there. And this will be held down with 4 type GP screws from the other side. So literally I'm going to have to flip this over. Hopefully I don't have to do too much flipping over today. Oh jeez. I gotta put that on the ground, that's just rolling. Bear with me, stand by. It's not the best angle, but it's something. Can you see? The next one's going right in here. I'm going to put one down the bottom here, which is a tough shot to get. Just going to have to go with me on that. this is a tough surface to work with now that this thing is so huge. It's on its huge setting, you know. Once I get this in, I'll show you how it looks. Okay. All right. So, with that in, it looks just like that. So we have the two open spots here. For the next stage, which I'm very excited about, we're going to be putting the whole rear assembly into place. What I'm going to end up doing, though, is I don't know what I'm going to do. I have not prepared for something this big. I'm going to put this here for now. Because I have to hold on to this. Oh dear. Oh man. Okay. Now I'm pretty sure it's in. In fact, I can tell that it's in. It's not very easy to see, but I'm seeing. Yeah, I think it's in. This might be a tough thing to do with a camera. Okay. Yeah, this is definitely a tough thing to try and do with a camera. Yep. That is a difficult thing to do. Especially because they want two different types of screws in this. So hopefully this is going to work. If not, I don't know what I'm going to do. No, in. There we go. That's something I wanted to feel. So, like I said, before I unfortunately threw you guys off the screen here, this is kind of big. I have not prepared well enough to have this whole thing on camera. Especially because this is a tough thing to work with. But what I did was an HM screw in here and 2 in there, and that's all bit down now. So it is holding. Let's hopefully continue on here without too many issues. Next thing it wants us to do is to take these very big type OM screws, and they're going to be placed here and here and in the back right here, so that the framework of the suspension will then be securely mounted. I'm going to have to move things around. Hopefully get this on. This all connected will be super solid at that point. Now, since I'm getting resistance, it should be fine. But as of right now, they're all in. If I have to go through them later and figure things out, I will. The next step is it wants us to take the lower shaft, half shaft like so, and basically what it's going to do, it's going to sit this way. There's a locating hole here with a tab. From the underside, that's going to fit kind of like that. And it's going to be held in with 2 times GM screws, but in order to do so, I'm going to need to turn this on its side again. This is kind of an awkward thing to do because it's just not doesn't really hold itself in. See if it gets some oil on it. Okay. Now that I've got one in, the second one should go in without too much problems. And it's be impossible to show. Now that's in. I'm gonna flip it over again because it wants me to take the other two shafts. Which one is first? Okay. It wants me to take the other two tiny shafts here and install them as well. And they want this piece facing the transmission. And more type GM screws for this. I've got to hold it from underneath or else it'll fall out. And I really don't want to have to keep loading or locating the part into where it needs to be. But like I usually have, once I have one in, it'll hold so I can get the other one located as well. Let me back that up and then re-drive it home. And they tell you to do it one at a time just to make it easier to attach. So, the second one here, I'll show you after I get it fully attached, actually sits off at an angle. Not a huge angle, but it's enough to be noticeable. And sometimes these magnetic screwdrivers are both a blessing and a curse because they usually never want to work when you need them to work. Okay. After all is said and done, you have the half shafts and the 2/4 shafts all in there, and as I've told you, that front one sits off at a slight angle. But that's just how it's built. It's actually bent off to that side. It's supposed to be. That's all the work that we're going to be doing today on the undercarriage. And the last bit we're going to be doing today is we're going to be attaching the suspension arms to the section itself. And basically what it wants us to do is it wants us to drive those pins in there and we put this bit over. Rid of that. Okay. And then we drop type OM screws into those holes to secure everything down. And we do the same on the other side. Drive the pin in, put the cover over top, and we force a couple type OM screws. In now, you may have noticed at this point I'm not using any oil because I'm already aggravated enough by these things that using oil would just make a hard thing be harder. And they're driving really well, so. Okay. the magazine. Make sure I've not missed a step. And I haven't. That is a suspension together. If we go back over, this is everything we've done so far. Alright. Do a big old panoramic style. So the whole rear section's in. I might tighten up some screws here and there. Transmission's in. This whole thing is held down now. This is held down, and the two shafts here are held in. And that's actually the end of stage 9. I do have stage 10. All the parts are actually over there. We'll get to that in the coming days, weeks, whatever. In that step, I'm going to bring the camera back down. In stage 10, we're going to add cables and brackets. Looks kind of like that. We're going to add the oil pan, cross member, and lower chassis plate. It's going to be stuff that's going to go up in here. Then we're going to put the exhaust together and throw it in the car in stage 38. But that will be coming out shortly, or within the next few days. I hope you liked everything today. If you please subscribe, leave me a comment. You know, be awesome. You know, you guys are awesome. You pretty much give me a reason to do this, and I like it, and it's going to get even better. But you know, we can get through this together. Anyways, stay frosty, stay safe.